Hi everyone, my name is Shab and today I'll be taking care of you by teaching you how to tip properly. Basically, servers, bartenders, they don't really make the minimum wage that employees at other jobs do. I live in Texas, for example, and I'm a cocktail waitress, so I only make $2.13 an hour. So what does that mean? That means that when I get my paychecks, they're basically all $0, and that's because all of the money that I make hourly is so little that it goes straight to my taxes. This is why knowing how to tip is super, super important. Everybody kind of seems to be on a different page about it's 10% good, it's 15% good, it's 20% good. The truth is 20% is where you want to be. And of course that's for good service. Should you have a horrendous experience, feel free to go down from there. But for the most part, if you think your server or bartender did a fantastic job, 20% is the way to go. Calculating 20% is really, really easy. I have some flashcards over here that I'm going to kind of show you what to do with. Basically, if your tab is $10, you take this one right here, multiply it by 2, put in the proper decimal points, and you should be tipping $2 for a $10 tab. Now, if your tab is $20, you should be tipping $4. Do you see? It's pretty easy. All you have to do, you take that number, you multiply it by 2, put in the right decimal point, and $6 on a $30 tab. $40 tab, $8. There we go. Pretty easy. There's your lesson in tipping 20%. One more thing, now that we've already talked about how you should tip, let's talk about how you shouldn't tip. Alright. You hear that awful sound? That's the sound of change. There's nothing more belittling than going up to your table and seeing quarters and dimes and nickels waiting for you. Please, I think I speak for most of the service industry when I say we would prefer no tip at all versus a chunk of change. Moving on from there, hotel room keys, not appropriate. Please, another thing, if you're going to leave a phone number or anything like that, tip 20% at least. It seems common sense, it's really not. Another thing, shots. Yes, shots help employees out. They make the shift go by faster, but I've had this happen before where a guest has bought me a shot, but then they haven't tipped me on their $50 tab. It was somewhat of a transaction that I wasn't aware of. That's another thing. If I knew that I would be making a choice between the two, I would have definitely picked the real tip. So there you are, guys. There is your short little lesson on how to tip properly. At the end of the day, make sure you tell your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. I mean, sometimes people, they really can't be blamed. They just don't know better. So make sure you teach everybody you care about so they look good in public. Thank you.